Good morning, folks, and welcome to Kent. So today we will be hiking from Deal to Dover on the coastal path, where we will be passing 3 castles, including 2 built by King Henry VIII. This place is amazing. That was just a small taste of what's inside. The place is absolutely gigantic. And we'll pass by the famous white cliffs of Dover, where you can see right down these beautiful white chalk cliffs here. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful little seaside village here. So yeah, right now we are in Deal. So you can see we're on the beachfront here, Pebbly Beach, and the Deal Pier behind us. So yeah, we just arrived here by train from London, and then once we get to Dover, we'll be taking a train back to London, making this another great day hike from London or anywhere else that has access to the South Eastern Rail network. So yeah, let's hit the trail. Our first stop is actually very close, so we'll see you there. Alrighty folks, so we've only gone a short distance and we're already at our first point of interest here, and this is the Deal Castle. So it was built in 1540 by King Henry VIII as part of a series of castles that go across the coastline here to protect against European invaders. So this castle here and the others are quite unique, as they are built in a different style to other castles around England, because they are built to protect against cannon fire. So it has a big, large central round keep, and it is surrounded by 6 other circular bastions, and it's much lower than other castles as well. So this is all to protect against cannon fire, and the round keeps and bastions are to deflect cannon fire shots. So yeah, very, very unique, very cool place. And there is another very unique thing about this castle. It is in the shape of a Tudor rose, which is, so it mixes like function with architecture. So yeah, pretty cool. So we're not actually going to explore this castle because it opens at 10 a.m. and it is about 8:30 right now. So we will just walk around the outside here and then move along. Alrighty, so we have already made it to our next point of interest. We are now in Walmer. So the trail is very busy this morning. There is like a park run going on. So there are loads of people running along the coastal trail. But luckily we're past that park run now, so it's quite freed up. But now we're at our next stop, which is the Walmer Castle. So this is another castle that was built by King Henry VIII in 1540 as part of the series of castles to protect the English coastline. So yeah, let's go check it out, shall we?
The Walmer Castle is another artillery fortress built with low circular bastions in the shape of the Tudor rose, just like the Deal Castle, but the Walmer Castle was transformed over the years into a beautiful country estate and eventually became the residence of the Lord Warden of the Cinque Ports, with lavishly decorated interior and 8 acres of stunning gardens to explore.
So we're now inside the Walmer Castle, so it costs £20 to enter. Once you're inside, you can explore the castle and also walk around the gardens around the outside. So right now we're in the Queen Mother's Garden. Absolutely beautiful here. You can see the castle in the background there. Really beautiful. Oh, is that a corgi? It looks like it. Is that a corgi? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, let's explore the gardens. We did step inside the Lord Warden's residence, but we were not allowed to film, but it's very opulent in there. So the Lord Warden of the Cinque Ports is responsible for maritime law and defense along the coastline around here. And the Lord Warden has been living in these residences for about 200 years, but the role goes back over 1,000 years. So yeah, there are lots and lots of history here. Very cool place. Absolutely stunning gardens here. Like, check this view out here. Wow, with this pond here. with the castle in the background. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's keep exploring the Walmer Castle. Alrighty folks, so we have now gone down into the castle moat, and there's a beautiful garden here, so you can walk around the outside of the castle here in this beautiful garden. Absolutely awesome, right?
Yes, beautiful.
This place is amazing. It is amazing. It sounds steep, like £20, that's quite expensive, but it is a really beautiful castle, absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's keep exploring around, shall we? This is so cool.
Aww.
Vines creeping up the side of the bastions. This place is just something else. It really is. There are loads of weird and wonderful plants out here. Like, what the hell is this? It's like a giant wildflower, like you've landed on a different planet. And these things here, what the heck are these? It looks like giant bloody cassava or something. Oh, this place is just wild. Yeah, what is it? Find out off Google. Like, it's gigantic. It looks like a giant wildflower. So we are now walking on the ramparts here. So cool. So there's some cannons up here, and you get amazing views looking out towards France across the English Channel. Is it called the English Channel?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have some information here about the bastions. Oh, they fired the guns onto some hostile ships from here. So there was some action from this fort at one point. Alrighty folks, so that was Walmer Castle. Someone's clearly got themselves a Calippo. It's very hot today. Perfect weather for hiking, absolutely beautiful day. So now we're back on the trail and we continue on our way to Dover. So let's do it. All right, so we're now passing through Kingsdown, which is a beautiful little seaside village here. There's some beach here with some huts, beautiful little cottages that line the beach. It's a really beautiful spot, but the fun is about to begin. So once we pass here, we'll start to climb the white cliffs of Dover. So yeah,
Looking forward to that.
let's do it. So there we have it, folks. We can now see the white cliffs there as we approach them. So we're now walking along this pebbly beach. It is so hard to walk on these pebbles. You just sink in. It's like walking through quicksand. Not that I would know what it's like to walk through quicksand. I've never done it before. It is a slow slog through the pebbles. So yeah, let's continue. There we have it, folks. Our first look at the white cliffs. And if we turn around, we can see back where we come from along the coastline there. There's the Kingsdown Beach in front of us. Really cool. Alrighty, so now we are heading up the stairs to climb the cliffs. So far they're nicely paved. Check it out. You don't often get nicely paved steps like this to go to the top of the cliff, but today we're in luck. So yeah, once we get to the top, we continue on our way to Dover. And just like that, the stairs end, and we have the normal kind of path of what we'd expect. The old dirt trail. Check it out, folks, we've made it most of the way up the cliffs, and we can see right back where we come from. So if we zoom in, there is the Deal Pier. Awesome. Yeah. And we have down here, that's scarfing down a bloody croissant. She's just eating today. But yeah, let's continue. Alrighty folks, so we have found this awesome viewpoint where you can see right down these beautiful white chalk cliffs here. Absolutely stunning. Check it out. So awesome. We're now starting to make a big climb. We've come across a gate. Can Naturia figure this out? Oh, it's an easy one. There's no lock. There's no lock. It's the ones with the lock she struggles with. This one's easy peasy. One of these ones. All right, so what's this? The National Trust Bock Hill Farm. Don't know anything about it, but look at it. Rolling green pastures here. So yeah, let's continue. We're actually making our way to the top of this hill. You can see a monument up there. That's our lunch spot. Yeah. We'll see you there. Alrighty, so we've now made it up to the top of that hill there, to the Dover Patrol Monument. So we're just grabbing a bite to eat. We packed our own lunch today. And from up here, you also get some amazing views looking down those white chalk cliffs again. So once we finish up here, we head down, and we're gonna head down to St. Margaret's Bay, I believe it is. Yeah, so we'll see you there. Here we have it, folks. We have made it to St. Margaret's Bay. Look at that, absolutely beautiful little seaside village here with the white cliffs flanked on both sides of it. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's head down there and check it out up close. Alrighty, so we're now making our way up the cliffs on the other side of St. Margaret's Bay. So the trail actually doesn't go down to St. Margaret's Bay Beach, but I did pop down for a second very quickly to check it out. Absolutely stunning beach down there, really, really beautiful. Flanked on both sides by those chalk cliffs, absolutely stunning. So this hill we're going up now to reach the other side of the cliffs from St. Margaret's Bay is the steepest and longest climb we have to do for the entire trail. So we have now made it up the steepest section, and we're also just past the halfway point. So far it's actually been fairly easy. Those uphill sections have been very slight inclines, so yeah, quite easy. What do you think?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Very, very easy.
And very beautiful.
Oh, amazing views along the way. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, as we've been making our way, you get little peaks of the white cliffs along the way. Absolutely stunning. And those castles at the beginning obviously were epic. So yeah, let's continue. Let's see what else we can find. I see your lighthouse there. Oh, there is a lighthouse ahead apparently. So yeah, let's go check out this lighthouse. All right, folks, we are now approaching the South Forland Lighthouse. Let's go check it out. Alrighty folks, so we've just left the lighthouse. We didn't hang around long. It is a National Trust lighthouse, so you have to pay £8 to climb it. It's only about 3 stories high, so I don't think it's worth it. So we've moved on, and now we've come across this epic section where you can see some really cool views of the White Cliffs, and you can see Dover, the port of Dover in the background. Really, really awesome. So yeah, let's continue.
The section from the South Forland Lighthouse to the Dover Visitor Centre is probably the most beautiful section, as it has some of the most visible sections of white cliffs. Here the bright white cliffs rise up to 350 feet or 106 meters out of the ocean and stretch out for miles facing France, and on a clear day you can see the French coastline. So we did the trail in reverse to how most people do it. It's more common to go from Dover to Deal, and if we did it again, we would do it in that order as well, as Deal had some nice outdoor bars near the beach that just would have been the perfect spot to finish.
Alrighty folks, check out this spot. You've got the iconic view of the White Cliffs of Dover. Absolutely stunning here, and we're surrounded by wildflowers. And you can see the port in the background of Dover. Absolutely stunning. You can see the ships coming across the English Channel there and France over the other side. Really, really cool. All right, so I think we're on the last stretch now. We can see Dover getting closer and closer. And there's a lot more people on the trail now, just people literally everywhere. I suppose it's closer to Dover now, so they might just hike out to the lighthouse and back. But this is probably the most beautiful section. You can see White Cliff literally everywhere. Absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. So yeah, we continue. We're very close. There it is, folks. Dover Castle, perched atop of the cliffs there. Let's do it. Alrighty, so we've now left the White Cliffs of Dover behind, and we're now made our way into Dover, but you can still see there are heaps of white cliffs in Dover now. So we're now heading, still on the coastal path, but heading through the town of Dover towards Dover Castle. Let's do it. Yeah. Look at that. Dover Castle is no joke.
No joke.
Check it out. We have 1,000,000 stairs, and we've already been walking up 1,000,000 stairs. It's crazy. It's no joke, folks. It's no joke. Whew. It is brutal climbing up to the Dover Castle. Alrighty folks, we have made it. Dover Castle, our last stop. So it costs £34 each to enter. So it is super, super expensive. So we have bitten the bullet, and we have got the National Trust membership. So today has virtually paid for itself. So yeah, let's explore the Dover Castle.
Dover Castle is a spectacular medieval fortress that is perched atop the tall white cliffs above Dover that has been guarding England's coastline for over 9 centuries. It's known as the Key to England due to its highly strategic position, and the site has incredible history. It features a towering 12th century great tower built by King Henry II, an ancient Roman lighthouse, Anglo-Saxon church, and deep beneath the chalk cliffs lie an extensive network of secret tunnels that were famously used during World War II as the command centre for the miraculous Dunkirk evacuation. The site is incredibly spectacular with heaps and heaps of history. You could literally spend all day exploring it, but we only had a short amount of time here, so we went straight to the Great Tower so we could climb to the top to get panoramic views of the area.
Alrighty folks, we're now entering the inner bailey of the castle. This is really, really cool. We're now making our way to the roof of the castle. So we just were in the throne room. I sat on the throne for a very short period of time. Now we're climbing the stairs to the roof. So yeah, so far this place is pretty cool. Looks awesome from the outside. And inside here they have recreations of what some of the rooms would have looked like that are done really, really well. So anyway, to the roof. Alrighty folks, so we have made it to the top of the Dover Castle here. So we have 360-degree commanding views of the area. So let's go check them out. The roof. We have made it. Let's have a look. Wow. So you can see Dover down below us. Very, very awesome. And from all five sides, and from all four sides, we have commanding views of Dover and the Kent countryside. And there we have, looking back where we come from, you can see the lighthouse poking up above the top of the hill there. Alrighty folks, so that was the Dover Castle. That was just a small taste of what's inside. The place is absolutely gigantic. There are like hundreds of buildings. You could spend all day there, literally. There's like a Roman lighthouse, there's a medieval cathedral and millions of other rooms, as well as some wartime tunnels and stuff. So just crazy the amount of stuff that is in there. But we couldn't explore it all because we have to get back to London, and we also have a pint calling us. So we are on a mission to grab a pint before we jump on the train back to London. Let's do it. Alrighty folks, so the hike is over. 10.1 miles from Deal to Dover. We saw amazing stuff today, amazing scenery with the white chalk cliffs and the three castles, lots of history there. Absolutely fantastic hike. So we just found this randomly and then decided to give it a go, and it turned out to be absolutely amazing. So here we are at the Lord Nelson Riverside Bar, and I got myself a pint of the Whistable Lager. Never heard of this beer before, but this is going to be a perfect finish to the perfect day of hiking. Oh yeah, definitely needed that one. It's not bad. It's kind of, doesn't really taste like a lager. It's very hoppy and citrusy. It's more like an IPA or something, but it's hit the spot. It's what we desperately needed after all that hot, sweaty hiking we did today. So yeah, thanks for coming along with us. If you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe for more travel content, and we'll see you on the next adventure.